Hey ho, tiny house people, this is Wayne of Wayne's Tiny House. Of course, you must know that by now, unless you're a new viewer. And if you are, if you like this video, please subscribe and check out my other videos. This is a clarification of my last video I did on my electrical box. So let me show that to you. And oh, by the way, I'm dressed up like this because it is frickin' cold outside. And right now I get it about up to 50 degrees in my tiny house. It's not insulated except for the ceiling. And this morning it was 8 degrees. Now it's about 15. It's still cold out there. But in any case, I'm warm. But in any case, let's get going on why I want to do this update. Okay, so this is the inside of the panel, and a friend of mine who viewed my last video, said I'm in an error, but I really didn't, because I just made an omission. Now each side of this circuit breaker, you got, if you're on 220, as I explained on my video, if you got 220, as I explained on my last video, you've got a separate 115 line coming in and another 115 line. And that is what I have right now. I have this plugged into a 30 amp 230 volt circuit breaker. So yeah. But in any case, when you go to just a single 115 volt, say you go to a campsite and they got 115, you plug in your tiny house, it's the same 115 line on both sides. Now, how did I do that? Well, let me explain. I have a 15-foot extension cord that'll plug into a normal 115 volt outlet. Okay? I have this 4-pin female connector that'll plug into the house. Now what I did was, inside the plug, I jumped the wire so that the same 115 leg goes to both sides of that circuit breaker box, energizing all of the outlets. If I didn't jump it, I would have energized only half of my circuit breakers. That's how I did that. And that's what he was telling me I made a mistake on. Well, I just didn't tell you what I did. Again, I'm not an instructional video. I'm making videos of what I did, not how I did it. You can figure out how to do that if you were to do what I did. Okay? So just I sacrificed my 10 gauge extension cord that had the normal end on it, cut it off and put this on. I think I'm clear on that. I don't know. Who cares? So let me show you something else I did. Since I'm on solar also, and I'm on the grid power coming from the power company, it's kind of a pain in the butt to switch from my solar system to the grid power. So what I do there, I was unplugging and plugging when I wanted to switch. So I'm thinking there had to be somewhere out there in Amazon land, because that seems to me that is the easiest website to find your stuff. I did a search on knife switches and I found this. It's a knife changeover switch. They call it a reverse switch. This particular one can handle 62 amps. And that's what my main circuit breaker is. But This house will not draw that much amperage anyway, so I'm not worried about whether this would be good or not. It just would be. I mean, what are a bunch of LED lights going to draw and a refrigerator? Okay, so got a reversing switch, and let me show you what I did with it. So here is the inverter for my solar panels, my solar system. And I have, let's see, let me unplug this. So that's your normal type plug, isn't it? Going into the inverter. And this is I think a 3. I'm working with one hand here, and I hate that. But in any case, it's designed to go to a twist lock type plug, okay? Which goes up there through the wall, down to here. All right, that goes to the inverter. Goes to this knife switch. Right now, I am on the grid. I am on the power company's electricity. I flip it up like this, and then I am on my battery bank. There it is. I'm on my battery bank right now. Where's my light? Oh, there's my light. Right there, that's on. And my fan is still running there. My TV just went off. That's okay. It wasn't connected anywhere. My ceiling fan is still going. And I'm on my battery bank. And the changeover is that easy when I want to go from the 220 that I have plugged in, or my battery bank, which is charged by my solar panels. So right up, so since the sun is high, up is on the solar battery bank. Down below, that's my 220. Watch the magic. Now I'm on 220. Now I'm on my battery bank. That's so cool. Now, I didn't know anything like this existed. I just said to myself, there's got to be one like that. And I did my search on Amazon, fell upon this. There's different types. Now, maybe I should have gotten one that had 1, 2, 3, 4, because my ground I have wired on the outside of this switch. But who cares? It's still safe. Now, another thing I want to point out here, I got to go back to the 220. Another thing I did to do, I had to jump the power, because it's 115, only 115 coming from your inverter. I had to do a jump right there. So it would power both sides of that circuit breaker box, the main circuit breaker. And that's how I accomplished that. I just, made a jumper. Boom, right there. So that's your hot, and your white is your, what do they call it, neutral. Okay, and down below, this goes to the outlet, which I showed in the other video. So I did that. Okay, so this is just an update. Probably too long for an update. And later on, I am going to be doing a complete overview of my solar setup, right from the panels to the inverter to the charge controller at a later date. In any case, this is Wayne for Wayne's Tiny House. If I bored you with this video, please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. If I didn't board you, do the same thing. I don't care. I'm just doing this for fun anyway. Have a nice day, and if you are in the north like I am, stay warm.